What is up, everybody? We are once again out here in the woods, and I have my new custom Volt Pro, where I've added the black G10, and I think it looks so slick. But I wanted to talk about something really cool that Nabalis is doing. So if you didn't know already, and you definitely should know, Nabalis is running a competition called Create with Nabalis right now, and it's honestly a really, really cool opportunity for the community. So obviously, I've had the very incredible chance to design a number of my own Balisongs. So we have the Volt Pro, we have the original Volt, and now we have the Squiddy WH with Squid Industries. And I would like to make more of those in the future, but Nabalis has currently opened it up so that not only can people like me, you know, someone with a following, but anybody can make a design and have them potentially produce it. So what they're doing is they're running a competition. I don't remember the exact dates, but I do have the information on my phone. Let me pull that out right now. Blah, 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 blah. So 2024 to event background. Where's the timeline? Here we go. Also, there's a page on their website for this, so you'll probably find a link for that in the description, but definitely check out the Create with Nabalis page. But yeah, preparation time is until the 19th, and then the submission time is from the 20th of this month until the 1st of next month, and then screening of the top 25 will happen in the next 2 days after that, and then they go into the first round of voting, and then the top 3 are going to be announced, and then there's going to be design review and modification, and then a second round of voting, and then the final results. What that means is that basically anybody can submit their own designs to Nabalis. And then I don't know if it's for that round of, or for the like timeline thing for that initial sort of go over. I don't know if Nabalis is picking out the top 25 or if they're being done through a community thing. But the idea behind this is that anybody can submit their designs, and you can do it in a number of ways. So the way that I designed like the Volt Pro and honestly all of my Balisongs, I used a program called Adobe Illustrator. Illustrator is really cool because it's a program that allows you to create vector files, which are files that are basically just lines on the screen, but they're all measured lines on the screen. So they're measured to be an exact length, and so you can build in like size. I don't know. Does that make sense? You can create like the thing to scale. That's the word I'm looking for. You can create to scale. However, you don't even have to use a program like Illustrator. You can also use a 3D program like Blender or something, and you can also just draw it out on paper. You know, you'd still want to like give them your measurement ideas on the paper, but you can literally just draw the Balisong on paper, and that can be enough for Nabalis to convert your idea into a final product. Now, originally when I heard about this, I was like, this feels a little weird. Like, I don't know ethically how I feel about it until I heard how they're going to be handling all of this, and I think it's really cool. So, you know, it's free to submit your design, and everybody keeps the copyright to their own design. So it's not like Nabalis is mass sort of having people submit a bunch of designs, and then Nabalis is just going to like steal from those in the future. Like, I know there have been some companies that'll run art competitions where they'll be like, oh, create our next album art, or help us create this art for our video game or whatever. And then what they do at the end of the competition is they take all of the art that was submitted and they make it their own copyrighted material. And now the artist that made all of that art can't really use it in the public domain. And then on top of that, they can take submissions that didn't win and use them later as promotional material, which is insane. Thankfully, that's not happening here with the Nabalis competition. Instead, everybody will be retaining the copyright to their designs, as far as I can tell. And on top of that, the top 3 people, so after the first round of community voting, the top 3 winners will all actually get their design made. Unfortunately, only the person that wins the number 1 spot will be getting their design put into full production. But the top 3 winners will at least get a prototype of their design, which I think is super cool because that means that you'll at least have a working prototype of a Balisong from your imagination, which I think is just insane, right? Like that's so cool, the idea that you could come up with something and just draw it up on a piece of paper and then be given like a real prototype from a real company afterwards. I think it's super cool. I think it's a really great opportunity, and I think it'll be a lot of fun both for the people that like do it and win, and even the people that don't win. Just everybody doing it. I think it's a really great opportunity to learn more about Balisong design, to figure out how you like Balisongs, how to design them. Like, it's worth experimenting because I think it's just a really cool opportunity overall. The other thing is that the top person who wins, whoever gets the top spot, not only does your Balisong get produced, but you get royalties from the production of your Balisong. I believe they said, let's confirm specifically what it says on the site. So number 2 and 3 get lifetime copyright ownership and a prototype of their design. So obviously you keep the copyright for your design, which is exactly perfect. That's what we did with the Vulp and the Vulp Pro. I own the copyright to these designs, and if for some reason I wanted Nabalis to stop manufacturing them, I have the legal right to do so because I am the originator of the idea for this product. However, number 1 gets mass production, 10% revenue of gross sales, which is honestly great, and lifetime copyright ownership and a share of copyright with Nabalis for a year. So basically what happens there is because they're going into mass production, you get 10% of the gross revenue generated by the Balisong sales, which I've got to say is actually a pretty dang good deal. We have, as you can see now, a number of products being created and, in various different price points. And 10% is, generally speaking, around where our own revenue metrics have ended up for the various products we have. Some of them are a little bit higher, some of them are a little bit lower, but 10% is pretty square on with what I would call a sort of standard. Oh, there's sirens in the distance. How exciting. But yeah, so seeing that they're going to share 10% with whoever wins and gets their Balisong put into mass production, that's awesome because that's like a genuine source of income for somebody. That can be a really cool thing. And so not only are you getting the opportunity to have a prototype made of your design, but somebody will win and get their design turned into a production Balisong like the Vulp Pro or the Vulp or the Lightning or all the other Nabalis products. Like, there will be a winner from the community, and that person will get paid for their work. They will get revenue generated from the sale of their own Balisong through Nabalis, which I think it's awesome. I really do. So yeah, that's the Create with Nabalis project. As I said, everybody should try to participate if they want to. If you just have a notebook and a pencil, that is enough to at least try. It is so worth doing because it just seems like a lot of fun. It's a really cool opportunity. If you're looking to make something advanced, this might not be the place for that. If you're looking to make something out of titanium, I don't think they're doing any titanium products. I think it does have to be aluminum. I don't know if G10 can be involved. I don't know what the rules are relating to that because, like with the Vulp Pro, one of the only reasons that this product could exist in the first place, because this costs substantially more than the original Vulp to manufacture, which means that it in and of itself is much more of a investment than the original Vulp for Nabalis. So the only reason that we were able to kind of get them to even make a Balisong this nice was because we had already proven ourselves with the Vulp. We had already shown that not only can we create a good enough Balisong, but that people actually like the design that we do and want to support it. And so that was enough for Nabalis to want to invest in something as crazy as the Vulp Pro and make like a really, really nice G10 and aluminum integrated Balisong. So that's all to say, I don't know exactly what the ramifications are. I would say stick to it, generally an aluminum trainer design. I don't think they're doing live blades right now is the other sort of caveat, which does stink, but hey, Regardless, it's such a cool opportunity. I really hope you guys at least give it a try. As I said, like, you know, if you have pencil and paper, that's all you need. Just start sketching ideas out. You've seen in my other videos, for instance, the Squiddy WH video that was uploaded not that long ago, where I actually talk about my design process for it, and then the same thing with the Volt Pro. I also have a video talking about my design process for it. Go look at those videos and look at how I do it. One of the things that I do is I will draw an idea on a sheet of paper, and then I'll just keep iterating on that idea from left to right, and I'll draw a new one each time, and I'll make a new idea based off of the old idea. But I'm never erasing my previous work. That's something that's really important. I like to keep my previous work there so I can look back on it, and if I had a good idea earlier in the time, or like, you know, I had a good idea earlier that day, I can go back and find that idea and then iterate off of it again. So if I get stuck on a design, I can go look back and see like, okay, well, where was I going right and where am I going wrong now? And how can I sort of make those things work? And you can make that happen, and it's really cool. So anyways, yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely go check out at least the website. The link should be in the description. I want to be very clear. I am not affiliated with Nabalis in any way past the Vulp and the Vulp Pro. The sales of the Vulp and the Vulp Pro are the only way that I'm like affiliated with them. So I'm not like making any money from the Create with Nabalis thing. Nabalis doesn't send me any advertising money for anything. The only thing I get paid for are my revenue dividends, which is the same way that the person at the #1 spot will get paid for their work. That's the only way I get paid from Nabalis, is through direct sales of the Volt Pro and the Vulp. So yeah, I'm not making money from this. I just think it's a really cool opportunity for the community. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I'm really glad it is like nice enough out now that I can be out in the woods. Isn't that cool? I love nature, and the fact that it's not freezing out anymore is really dope. So anywho, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bees.